And once again, I want to say greetings to each and every one of you, Aquaba, and welcome. Welcome to another round of the Conscious Rasta Report here on LIB Radio, LIB TV, here on livinginblack.com. My name is Kedia Wadu, aka the Conscious Rasta. Weekday mornings, you and I get together live. We come at you from 9 a.m. Pacific time. That's 12 noon Eastern time, 5 p.m. GMT, and 8 p.m. East Africa time. We get together with you and we deal with culture, consciousness, historical perspectives, entertainment, economics, education, health, labor, law, politics, religion, family, future studies, technology, all areas of human interactivity and development. And we are in the midst of our ongoing series of studies on the practical application of artificial intelligence. Today's date is Thursday. Today is the 11th day of December. Boy, time sure flies when you have a schedule, doesn't it? We are live and direct with LIB Radio, LIB TV, and livinginblack.com. It's been quite a busy morning. And what an honor, what a pleasure it is to be with you today. I want to thank those of you who have contributed to our fund drive. It's really tough. However, we're going to make it. We have to make it. We have no choice. Let's give you an idea of what we are going to be talking about today. This is Thursday. It's Tech and Future Talk Day here on LIB Radio. We are in the midst of our 28-day challenge. This is week 14. Artificial intelligence in the workforce, the long view. Now, I'm kind of torn in this long view on AI in the workforce because I realize that it is undeniably putting people out of work, if not permanently, temporarily. But it may be putting people permanently out of work. People will have to stop, recover, go back, catch up on their own AI deployment skills, and then step forward as boldly as you and I possibly can. The future is being written right now. Right now. And AI is undeniably a part of rewriting that future, and we are here to help you read between the lines. As we close out this year of technological breakthroughs, AI revolutions, and digital transformations, we at LIB Radio, we also need your support to continue to bring this wonderful information, decoding tomorrow's world today. This podcast exists because we believe everyone deserves access to tech conversations, every one of us. We break down innovations, go beyond the hype. We break down innovations in AI, exploring the ethical implications of emerging technologies, and examine how the digital transformation is shaping every aspect of our lives, from work to relationships to governance. Big tech companies spend billions shaping the narrative around innovation, but independent voices like ours are essential for balanced critical analysis. Your donations keeps us independent, allowing us to ask the tough questions, challenge Silicon Valley narratives, and highlight innovations that serve humanity rather than just serving shareholder value. In the past year alone, we've explored quantum computing's potential, debated AI ethics, examined the blockchain beyond cryptocurrency, and investigated how technology can address climate change. These aren't just tech stories. They're human stories about how innovation shapes our collective future. This December, we're asking you to become an investor in independent tech journalism that respects your intelligence. Whether you are a tech professional, a curious learner, or someone concerned about technology's impact on the larger society, your support ensures we can continue delivering the nuanced, forward-thinking, fast-thinking analysis that you have come to expect from your LIB radio. So every contribution you make helps us upgrade our production equipment, maintain our production equipment, compensate expert guests. Well, I wish we could, but they do get compensated because they many times have books and products. I'll have an author with me next Wednesday. He has a new book out, a recent book out, and a new book coming out. So we can then also dedicate much more time to research and reporting. The future won't wait, and neither should our coverage of it. Help us meet our fundraising goal so that we can expand our tech and future talk coverage in and over the next year, bringing you deeper dives into the innovations that will define the next decade. Your $10, $20, $30, or $100 donation today shapes the conversations we will be having tomorrow. Today we're talking about AI, innovation in the workforce, artificial intelligence in the workforce. This is a very critical topic, the long view. So here, let me just do this real quickly. Copy, and I want to paste this over here into Perplexity. Where are you at? Perplexity. Oh, we're not on that one. Here we are on this one. Perplexity is coming up. 1 second, I'm going to paste this in here, and let's have a talk. Now, since we've been doing these series, we have discovered the AI engines, search engines that we enjoy. And I use Perplexity, I use Claude, we use image generation and video generation devices as well. And we're having a pretty good time of it. I gotta say, it is very enjoyable. So let's look at this idea of AI in the workplace. Just this week, I have been collaborating with and having conversations on health, on a business idea we've been working on for 4 years. And there are 4 of us on the team. I'm not necessarily going to go into that today, even though you will get a chance to know about it in great detail. I had a conversation with my colleague who's a lawyer in Nairobi, and I'm very excited about that. I cannot say anything about that, but very well likely it could be my ticket to finally getting into East Africa permanently, which is my goal. I want to relocate, and my entire family if possible. I want to move to Nairobi, Kenya. And also just the health conversations that I have with people. Your ability to take your expertise, your area of expertise, and translate it into and through AI. Don't just get stuck there. Translate it through AI. Use AI to enhance your expertise. That is going to be how you and I make it into and through the future. And I don't want to dismiss this fact. So we're going forward. I want to say greetings to each and every one of you. I hope you are an active part of our conversation today. And for some odd reason, it's not letting me, or is it? It will let me. Okay, I can post comments. I would love to hear your opinion on your future in the AI world. I would love to hear your opinion on your future in the AI world. That's the key today. Now, let me see, do I have an audience over here? Bear with me, my desk is really crowded right now, and here I am partially invisible. Let me turn this off so my clothes come back. There we are, we're back. But it puts this green ring around my head. That's okay. Having that green halo around my head, that's Asar. And so here's what we are talking about. I'm just double checking, see if you are in the house with me as well. I have to click on one more link here, and that is this one, which puts us up in another window there. So in all of these cases, I am now using AI every day. I've come to use Perplexity. I'm using Claude. I'm using Gemini. And Gemini itself is going into various other AI engines, sub-engines, and Gemini is Google. Google, that's Alphabet. I'm not a big fan of this because I regard Google to be corrupt to its core. And Google is using these other AI bots or applications underneath the Gemini. So I might go into Gemini, and before you know it, it's putting me up in Rollo or something like that. I use this for my social media posts. I just put up a character on my Facebook. That's a image I've been trying to create for years using Photoshop. And with AI, I created the photo in 2 minutes. Something I have been trying to do for 10 years, created it in 2 minutes. I wanted to create a nice, soft animation of a realistic looking picture. And it seems to have worked. And I'm looking at it right now. And let me see, yeah, I can put this up. Click on the picture. It's going to show the profile picture. And then I'm going to see if I can get it up onto the screen. Present, share screen. And I'm going to share this window here. And here is the picture that I have been trying to create for years. And there you see it right there on your desktop. And it looks pretty nice. It looks like me. And I think it carries a personality of myself. Of course, it makes AI is naturally going to make you look 3 to 4 years younger than what you see when you look in the mirror. But that's not a bad thing. So you tell me, is that a friendly image or is it not? Your brother, Kediopia Wadu, aka the Conscious Rasta. Now, I can use this in various places. This will ultimately be used around the world. And so what do you think? What do you think? You tell me what you think about that AI generated image. But what we are doing, what I am doing, is stretching, stretching, stretching. I was originally very reluctant, and I am late to the AI party. I was very reluctant. But now, after about 2 months of this series of research, of presentations we're doing, podcasts we're doing, after 2 months, I'm making AI videos, making AI images nearly every day. I used to feel somewhat guilty, a little bit guilty, not too bad, from just borrowing images that someone else had created, not necessarily using AI photographs from around the world, all of this and that. And I used to feel a little bit guilty. I'd go in and I'd have to change the colors or manipulate them, sometimes just flip them horizontally so that I wouldn't get in trouble for using it, even though I wasn't making any money off of things. But now I don't have to do that anymore. I just go through and put in a prompt, and my prompts are getting very complex. Put that prompt into the AI, hit the generate button, and booyaka. It's original, it's fresh, no one has an image like the ones I'm creating. And we can use that as a basis now for going forward. So AI has become very practical for me. So that's my opinion about my future using AI. I'm going to use my future. I'm going to use my AI future to go to Ghana, to go then to Kenya, and hopefully I'll be welcomed all over the continent. Now, it's not just AI that is my expertise. My expertise is on health. And I know what questions to engage with AI, because if you just go to AI and say, well, I have an infected big toe, what herbs do I take to get rid of the infection on my big toe? It will come up with suggestions, and the suggestions will probably be pretty good. But there's a good likelihood that the infection in your big toe was much more involved than what you understood, and therefore your prompts to AI were incomplete. So we're going to do the best we can to get AI into position to helping us to bring our expertise, our real world, long-term expertise that we've acquired over the course of 10, 20, 30 years of working in a profession, to bring that expertise to the forefront. Yesterday, myself and two colleagues spent 2.5 hours in the artificial intelligence. We were using Claude at the time, and it put us together an incredible business plan. There was 3 of us. We spent 2.5 hours doing it, and we were able to plan out a business plan that would be anywhere from, at best, with a maximum commitment of our time, it would be at best at least 9 months, but more reasonable 12 to 15 months implementing all aspects of this business plan. And based upon that business plan, we would then be bringing in, each of us, probably 6 to 10 to even as much as $12,000 per month. Now that's a very ambitious plan, but it gives us points of action. I started acting on it all immediately. And that's the other key, is when you do come up with a business plan, how long do you delay implementing that business plan? And let me just show you a couple more images that I was generating using artificial intelligence. This one here originally started off as an ad that I wanted to use, not an ad, a promo I wanted to use for Dr. Umshu, who was with us about a little over a week ago. And I wanted to portray him, maybe it was 2 weeks ago. I wanted to portray him as a superhero, a superhero. And so I put together this image, and I liked it. I really did. I said, well, tell you what, I want you to put me in the image as a superhero. And it did so, and I think it did a very good job of keeping my 70 years of experience, life experience, intact. Now, believe it or not, that body is actually based upon my actual body. That was the day I think I did 465 push-ups, and I was very proud of myself, and I took a picture. And of course, AI embellishes it a little bit, puts the shadows into place, and of course, the red, green, and black outfit is a product of the animation and the jungle background. So that's me as a cobra, the cobra. So AI, we have fun. We have a lot of fun with it. I'm going to see, is there any more images I can show you here? Yeah, this is another image that I used AI for. And this is Dr. Kitty, Chef Kitty. Actually, I will be a doctor once I go to Ghana and claim what has been offered to me, an honorary doctorate from the Ghana University of Natural Health, Holistic Health, Herbal Health, I should say. And I do look forward to that. That it's all a part of something bigger than us. And so we move forward boldly, deliberately into this future, which does include your and my applications of artificial intelligence. Now that's now an AI picture. That's a Photoshop image. But as you can compare the Photoshop image, which is not bad, to the other images I've been able to generate using artificial intelligence, we can see a myriad of possibilities here. I'd love to hear from you today. Are you in the house? Are you going to talk to me? I do hope you do talk to me. And I'm not getting anything coming in as of right now. And I really don't have much of a listening audience, so I think we're going to make this one a short one today. You are invited to come along on this journey. Come along. I'm teaching this on Thursdays for free. It costs me to teach it because many of the programs that I'm using as I am learning it, these programs, I have costs associated with them. That's one of the reasons why I think it's only fair that you who are receiving it from me for free, hopefully in a voice that you can truly understand and truly use. That's why we're asking you to help us out with our December fund drive. We're going to keep on going. I'm not going to stop. I may disappear for a few weeks and just reset myself and get things going fiscally so we can pay all the bills on time. But we want to move everything forward. I don't want to leave any one of us behind. This has been your LIB Radio. I'm going to cut things right now because I'm not getting... Oh, I do see you in the house. Heru, amen. I see you. And thank you for being in the house. He said, why did you choose Kenya? several reasons. Kenya is one of the 5 fastest growing countries in Africa. And so therefore I was looking for a not fastest growing, but largest economies in Africa. And so I needed a sophisticated economy, because coming out of the United States and living in Los Angeles and now Las Vegas, which is Las Vegas is the fastest growing city in the United States. I needed to go to a place where the economy was going to be robust and where there would be lots and lots of young people, educated, highly educated. That's Kenya. 2, I wanted to be able to work with 2 people who I tremendously admired. One of which is my brother, Meredith Beale. He was in digital media communications, and he's advisor to the king of South African Kingdom, Bakolokoi Kingdom. And he's also connected all over the continent. And he and I have been very good friends and associates for maybe 10 years. And Meredith is just so brilliant. And so his home base is in Nairobi. I've been to his home there. It's a gorgeous home. And I really do want to work much, much closer with my brother Meredith Beale and the other person, 2 other people in Kenya I've been wanting to work with, and or for, as closely as possible. One is my sister Chibet, who runs Harriet's Botanicals in Nairobi. And personally, I think she's an absolute genius. When I went to Kenya, she hosted a dinner in my honor, and it was a wonderful dinner. It was all vegan, all vegetarian. And it was all vegan, to tell the truth. And it was a wonderful dinner. I met her associates, and they are the most loving, lovable, brilliant people I could ever imagine. So I do want to work with Chibet. And a third person I definitely do want to work closely with is the Honorable P.L.O. Lumumba. I got a chance to spend an entire day in his office. We filmed a film. I hope you've seen that. It was up on YouTube till YouTube banned all my videos. I guess I'll have to find it and put it up again. Because working with PLO Lumumba, with Chibet and Gok, and my brother Meredith Beale, these are brilliant people. You would be so proud of them. I want to be in that circle of associates, and I will be welcomed by them because all of them highly respect what I do. PLO Lumumba I gave him, I think, 14 of my books. And his secretary, his office assistant, told me he probably will have read them all in 2 weeks to 3 weeks. I said, ooh, that's a lot of reading. He says, yeah, that's why he's PLO Lumumba. Because I read like that too. And the other reason I want to be there is I have close kinship with people in Kenya, in Nairobi. And I want to help them to raise children that can change the destiny of the country. Now, I gave you a little partial intro. I have a lawyer friend that I'll be working with over the coming months. And he is in Nairobi as well. I think he's very, very intelligent. I helped him practically save his life because of his nutrition and everything was way off. And now his nutrition is very tight and his health is wonderfully, wonderfully improving. It's not perfect yet, but it's wonderfully improving. And he did so many things that I advised him to do and for which he is incredibly grateful. So we're going to do the best we can to continue to do the best that we can do. And we can do great things. We are doing great things for our future. And so that's that. I got another comment. He says, I asked because I was thinking about Kenya as well. Those are great reasons you gave. That's right. And I was, up until recently, a big fan of the president of the Republic of Kenya, William Ruto. I have changed my opinion, though. And I did the best I could to hold on to the fact that this gentleman could be a champion for our people. But unfortunately, he came to Washington in 2022, met with Joe Biden, and when he went home, he was off base. Kenya is now importing GE, genetically engineered seeds, and so many other things. I think that my book, The Blackest Soil, Africa Can Feed the World, would go over very, very well in Kenya. I know the book did make a big, big splash in Uganda, Nigeria. It did get some attention in Kenya. And that book, The Blackest Soil, Agricultural Preeminence for the 21st Century, I think Kenya is perfect for that book. I see you in the house, Heru Amen. He's writing to us all. And I thank you for being so active and participating. He said, Lumumba is awesome. I watch all of his videos. Yeah. And I should put up the 1 hour interview we had with him in his office. It was really, really such a wonderful interview. He's very generous with his time, although he is very strict with his time. But he's generous. And we got an hour-long interview in. I'm going to put it up again. And in that 1 hour interview, he's just brilliant. You cannot deny the absolute brilliance of PLO Lumumba. He reminds me, he and Dr. Erikana Chimburu Kwao, they both remind me as a male and female interpretation of Marcus Garvey in our time. PLO Lumumba. He said, I met you in person on CE. I don't understand. Once. Oh, once. I met you in person once. Heru Amen. It's great to be hearing from you. I hope you do subscribe to the channel. In the late 1990s, I think. Was that in Long Beach? At the African Renaissance Group? Was that it? I'm trying to remember or where we met. I'm thinking of a Heru Amen I met. He was a brilliant brother, good-looking young brother, and very curious mind. Now I'm thinking of, was that you? Atlanta. Oh, okay. Heru Amen. Atlanta. I'll have to place it in my brain. And Atlanta had been my choice for a destination in the late 1990s. I intended to move to Atlanta. I was on the road for 14 months, traveled 38 states, and I wanted to stay in Atlanta. Atlanta broke my spirit. It broke me. Atlanta ripped me apart. I had to practically crawl, U-Haul, back to California, and I was homeless for 2 years after that. There was an experience. It's an experience I do not regret, but it was a tough time, a really tough time. But we made it through that. And then in 2003, when I came back to Los Angeles, that was when we launched LIB Radio, and we are getting close to commemorating 23 years complete. On January 3rd, 2026, it will be 23 years since launching LIB Radio. And it may be the end of a certain cycle, because I'll be honest with you, back in those days, we would have as many as 20 different, let me take this off my desktop. We would have as many as 16,000 listeners simultaneously. And of course, it has really changed now. It's really changed now as I'm over here bereft of listeners. So we're going to do the best we can and continue to move forward for each and every one of us. So that's what's up with me. He said, you gave me a copy of your book, Black Media Productions, and that might have been the book, The Road to Power, Black Star Media. And that was the book that changed my whole life. After that book came out, Heru, I became a Pan-African. Now I have 16 books on Pan-Africanism. My latest is The African Future. Before that, I just have so many books on Pan-Africanism. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you read The Road to Power. I hope you got good value out of it. That book changed my life. 7 Steps to an African Global Order. And that's where I have been ever since. Never, ever, ever stopping, never relenting. Of course, I do spend a lot of time on health-related research. Health is wealth. You know that's true. So if we need, as a people, to be wealthier, then we cannot be wealthier unless we are healthier. A equals B, then we need B and A. They come together. He said, I have lots of your books. Thank you so much, my brother. I appreciate, love you for your responsiveness today. And let me know what you are up to. What is your expertise? Heru Amen. What is the area that you do so well that the whole world is demanding that you step up to leadership? All of us have such a skill, such a talent. All of us. If you're not aware of what that is, we'll just go through 20 questions and we will absolutely put our finger on it. What career do you have? What career skills? What personal skills? What insights? What your expertise? You know, on December 27th, I'm scheduled to start my next writer's class. And if you do not know currently what is your skill, your talent, you may want to go ahead and put a book out and then consolidate that skill, that talent, bring it forward. He said, I read Road to Power several times. LOL. I'm not mad at you. I've read it at least several times. That book has been very much a part of all I'm about. The new Sankofa for Black Youth is one of my favorite chapters of anything I've ever written. And the last chapter of that book, The World is Mine, is my personal manifesto. It's our manifesto. And there were some great ideas in that book that did not get manifested, but some did. Some did. I'm going to begin to wrap it up. I appreciate, love you being in the house. If you can, Brother Heru Amen, can we convince you to contribute to our December LIB Radio Fund Drive? It will be funding your platform, your dreams. And we're going to do the best thing. He says, what I do, I'm a researcher like you. Okay. Not bad. Tell me some of the things, some of the titles you have been researching on, and which is your premier area of research, where you do research in this area better than everyone else, including better than yours truly. Because while I know I'm good at it, I would never say that I'm the only one or even the best. We are in this together. We are Pan-Africans, all of us. So let me know what's happening with you, my dear brother. And let's get in contact. Maybe we'll have a conversation very soon. You can always text me. You can always text me. You can always text me at 702-580-0662, and I'll call you back. There you go. So we're going to do the best we can to continue to do the best that we can do. We have come a long way together. We've got so much further to go. You can always, I'm putting this on the other site, text me at 702-580-0662. And I'll call you back. So I want to thank you all for being in tune today. We started off with a manifesto of tech and future talk. We're here and we plan on staying for the long run. We are in service of a great people. We are in service of a great people. And I asked him, what research are you into? He says, the Medu Neter and African spirituality. Medu Neter and African spirituality are very, very critical. However, based upon my experience in Africa, we're going to have to work to convince Africans on the continent to back off of Western religions and East Asian religions, Islam and Christianity, and even to some degree, Hebrewism. There are critical insights for you and I to go home to Africa and to reclaim our spirituality. The Medu Neter is a critical base for that. That is, of course, the language of the Africa of the Nile Valley. But the Medu Neter is more than just a language, because the Medu Neter also carries with it the soul, the Ka. And it is, according to my insights, and you obviously would agree, it is transformational. It truly transforms us. Personally, I think the Medu Neter versus Christianity, and you correct me if I'm wrong, I'm in a conversation with you right now, so you are a part of it. He says, he wrote, yes, they will argue you down with the Christian and down with the Christian. So the thing is that we need our people to move forward. But we got to be very careful. One of the beautiful things that happened in my life was I got the opportunity to travel with my brother Yao Davis, and the Pan-African Technical Association got an invitation to go to Ethiopia. And so the Ethiopian Airlines, the Ethiopian Ministry of Culture and Tourism, invited a group of us, and I was along because I am a journalist and I had a long record of working with PATA, Pan-African Technical Association, helping them to raise funds. I had Brother Yao on my radio show a number of times, and I was very supportive of them. So we went to Ethiopia in May 2017. And while in Ethiopia, I had the opportunity to experience a truly Christian country, a nation where Christianity was at their heart, but it was Orthodox Christianity. They had a Bible in the original language of Gaze, I think it was, and that Bible had 81 books, not 66 books. It was intact, 81 books, and the Bible had not been translated out of its ancient text, as it was only the monks could read the Bible in real time. And Ethiopian Orthodox Christianity is nothing at all like the Western Christianity that I grew up in. And I would say I have said since coming back to my Christian brothers and sisters, I says, I do not at all fault you for being faithful in worship, but you do not know Christianity. You do not know the original Christianity. You probably don't even know it originated in the Nile Valley from the Nile Delta, as well as you probably don't know that Ethiopians became Christians somewhere around the early 3rd or 4th century. I had to get my notes in front of me to get the chronology of that right. But until you go to Ethiopia, you will not know what it means to be in a Christian country. Because Christianity should be practical at solving problems. But the Christianity our people in America are celebrating doesn't solve their problems. They don't even know what to eat. So I, like you, Brother Hedo, I believe that our Nile Valley origins, Kemet, the Medu Neter, the Ma'at, the 42 positive affirmations, and all of the laws and the codes and rules we live by, I thought those were the best. I'm going to read you a little bit from this book. And where is the book? I usually have it right here on this shelf. And I know I sent a copy to someone the other day, and I had one more copy here. Bear with me as I'm talking to my bookshelf. And for some odd reason, I cannot find the other copy, the book entitled Conspiracies and High Crimes. But in the book, I have a breakdown on a chapter that's entitled I can't remember the title of the chapter right now, where I broke down the work of Manly Palmer Hall and the esoteric mysticism, etc. And essentially, it talked about how everything we did in the Nile Valley, the ancient system that they called the mysteries system, was originally pilfered and stolen by a group of arch sorcerers. We know them a little more clearly now. I'm not allowed to mention the name of the group of people, the religion, because they have taken over legislation in the United States, and they're creating all kind of penalties for people they regard as anti-them. You know what I'm talking about. And it's remarkable how this group so completely corrupted all religion, all of humanity. So we're doing the best we can about going it back. He said, I can personally attest to the practicality of the Asar Asad teachings. You are right about all you just said. We got that code. LOL. Yeah. Well, we're going to pick this up again real soon. I'm going to have the book in my hand the next time I talk to us about this. We pulled out that book numerous times over the years. The book is entitled Conspiracies and High Crimes, and I'm trying to remember the name of that chapter. And it dealt with the secret teachings of the ages, but I can't remember. Here, real quickly, I'm going to look it up. Let me pull up my book. It'll take me about a minute. I'm pulling up the book. The book is entitled I'm going to open up the book. Give me a sec. The book is entitled Conspiracies and High Crimes. But the document we're talking about is a different name. And where is the book? I don't have time to look for it right now. We'll pull it out next time. I couldn't find it on the bookshelf, and I can't find it on my hard drive. With 60 books, sometimes it gets like that. But we've done the best we can for today. I'm going to wrap it up. I thank you, Heru Amen. Oh, he says, I read that one. And maybe you can tell me the name of that chapter. It deals with secret societies and ceremonial magic. I just found it. Secret societies and ceremonial magic. It's an awesome, awesome revelation of how you and I became distant from what our ancestors created in the Nile Valley, and how the enslavers hijacked our spiritual and mental, our spiritual and intellectual capacity, and turned us into their abject slaves. And we think we're so happy in that slavery. Conspiracies and High Crimes is the name of the book, and the name of that chapter, Secret Societies and Ceremonial Magic. On that note, I want to thank you for all you do, my brother Heru Amen, for contributing to today's show, talking to your brother. It meant a lot to me. Used to be in the days we would have telephone lines open and everything, and we would have dozens of people. We'd have, the lines would be stacking up. Over the course of 23 years, things have changed around here. And there are a lot of other alternatives people have for their information. I thank you, our LIB radio audience, for being with your brother today. You give me hope. You give me inspiration, and you challenge me to step up my game. As we all step up our game, we're moving to a new destiny, and we are worthy of that destiny. You've been tuned into your favorite. We aim to be your favorite. We are LIB Radio, LIB TV. We are livinginblack.com. Tell your friends to tell their friends that we have our own now. And we're very proud of who we are, what we do, what we have, and what we aim to do with it to secure our future here on LIB Radio, LIB TV, and livinginblack.com. Peace and prosperity to each and every one of you.